Happy Saturday, Keto Fam. I am about to make my bacon pate, and I'm going to show you guys how simple and easy it is and how few ingredients actually go into it. It is such an easy and delicious recipe to make. It is one of my favorite things I've ever made in my kitchen, and I want to show you guys how simple it is, how few ingredients go into it, and how quickly you can make it. So this pate recipe is originally from my most effective fat loss and weight loss program, which is the original Ketogenic Girl 28-day challenge, and it is on day 26. And this version of it is one that I use as kind of a multivitamin. This version has the bacon in it too, which just takes it to the next level of deliciousness. And you can enjoy it with pork rinds or with some kind of keto breads or keto crackers if you like that, or just sliced cucumbers or pickles is how I like to have it, or with pork rinds. It is super delicious. Add some crunch to it. So I'm going to show you guys how simple it is, how few ingredients actually go into it. All right, so here are the ingredients, super basic. I've got some bacon, I've got the livers here, salt and pepper, garlic, and you really can just leave it at just that. I'm also using some ghee and some beef broth, but you can use water and just the bacon fat if you like. So it really is just these ingredients at the bare minimum, even just these if you're just doing, the chicken liver pate without the bacon in it. But you can see it's really just a handful of ingredients, and it really is really quick to make. So I'm gonna fry up the bacon, and then I'm gonna fry up the livers in the bacon. All right, I'm frying up the bacon here, and next I'm gonna take the bacon out of here and fry up the livers. All right, you can see the livers are browning really nicely in the bacon fat, and I'm gonna let them cook through, add some spices, and add some bone broth. All right, you can see the livers are browning really nicely in the bacon fat, and I'm gonna let them cook through, add some spices, and add some bone broth. So I've added in my spices, garlic, onion powder, salt and pepper, and I'm gonna add in some of this gorgeous bone broth. You can see how gelatinous it is. All that delicious collagen in there, and I'm gonna let it reduce and simmer. Alright, you can see I've been simmering and reducing the liquid, and I'm gonna add it with the bacon over here to my food processor. These livers smell absolutely amazing. They've been reducing in the beef broth, and I'm gonna add a little bit of more broth with the bacon, and at this point you can either add the rest of the bacon fat, or you can add ghee if you like ghee, and it just depends on the preferred fats. For the bacon fat one, we're going to use the rest of the bacon fat because it is a bacon pate. Alright, so I'm going to add the rest of that sauce, reducing sauce, and the bone broth in, and the amount of liquid you add in really determines if it becomes more of a pate consistency or more of a mousse. So if you prefer more of a mousse, kind of liver mousse, you can add more liquid, and you can also adjust as you go. All right, I've added in the chopped bacon, and at this point we've got about a couple tablespoons maybe of bacon fat here, and I've also got this ghee because pate requires at least about 4 tablespoons of fat, so I'm gonna add in some ghee as well, just to make sure I get the right amount. All right, it's all in there now. We're gonna whiz it all together. Alrighty, taking the lid off, and we've got fresh homemade pate, delicious French pate, so easy to make. I'm gonna put it in these little containers I've got here and fill it up with my spatula. So we are all done, and I have 4 of these cute little containers, and you can put them in the freezer. I'm going to put about half of them in the freezer, and if you are wanting them for the same day, you can put it in the freezer for a couple of hours. If you are doing sort of a batch prep like I am right now, I am putting about half of them in the freezer, and then I'll pull them out the night before that I want to enjoy them and let it defrost overnight. And if you're making them just for the next few days, you just put them in the fridge and they're going to be good for the next 3-4 days. And you can either have them as a snack with some pork rinds or just a tablespoon or 2 a day as a multivitamin. The nutrient density in them is just off the charts, and it is delicious. If you have not really had pate much before, this is an amazing gateway pate. You are going to absolutely love it with the bacon in there. I've been snacking as I make them because it is so delicious. And if you've been having pate for a while, you're really going to enjoy the bacon flavor in there. It takes it to the next level, and it is so yum. I would love to know what you thought of it if you make it. And I mentioned these are from the 28-day challenge plans, which are my most successful fat loss program, and they're also in Keto Essentials, my cookbook. But in the plans there really are a lot of different recipes, so it's definitely not a mandatory meal if it's something that you're not into. You know, I understand some people are not into pate, but there are so many different delicious meal options: steak and burgers and eggs, beni, waffles, and just so many amazing meal items to choose from. So I'll put the link to the bacon pate recipe if you want to try it out. Let me know how you like it, and I would love to hear if you got to test it out for yourself.